Hello there's Tim here, and I got really good news. I have finished my next project. If you remember what that was going to be, that was going to be the Silver Bayonet by Joseph McCannahan. It is a Napoleon Gothic horror skirmish game. The reason why I wanted to do this, I always wanted to play a Napoleon or something like rank and file military uniform thing like this, and Napoleon Wars is one of the better ones to do it. You can find more models out there, but I really don't have enough time to do it. You need a lot of models, find people that are interested to play, and that's very hard to find if you don't know the community. I don't know as well. Also, I don't drive, and so all of that together is quite difficult to me. And this has a solo campaign, and that makes it even, that's why I'm so into it. Also, this game is really good because you don't need to be based around Napoleon Wars. You can do quite easily the Mecca Resolution, and the 30 Years War in Europe, and the French Revolution, and the American Independence, and so on and so forth. Many things around that. Anything to do with the musket, anything like that, you can really tweaked a little bit. It feels 50 about, I'd say about between certain amount, like maybe 300 years to maybe up to maybe in World War One. You can maybe before World War One, I think in 19th century. So you got about 300 years you can do. The army I'm taking is English or British. I always want to do it. British Napoleon Army. I love the colours. I love the red. Always have them. There are also 6 other armies you can play. You've got Austrians, the British, as I said, French, Prussians, Russians, and Spain. Each army has their own special units or men that can take. Like the Russians, they go take the Russians, they can take the werebear, and anyone can. And the Austrians can take like a vampire person. And the English can take the Highlanders, and so on and so forth. They've got the pros and the cons for each other. Again, you can use any type of models. I think in this one, I'm using 1 to about half, I think most of the models are all from different or even converted. So hold on, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4, 5. I think I got 5 different models from different companies. So this is what I'm saying to make the unit I want to do. This video is more about going to be talking about the men. I will go through a little bit about the backstory for each guy. I'll show the picture of the model and explain what I did, how I painted, and so on and so forth. I'll show the men's name, what stacks they got, what war gear they got, and so on and so forth. Also, I will make a different video to talk about. I have made a whole halfway through making a whole backstory for this unit. We are going to follow the captain, my officer, who says, through his eye, from the day he was born to the beginning of this campaign. So I'm talking about when he was in the war and so on and so forth, but it goes on a little bit. I'm writing it up and realise I'm near the end of when the English are going to fall back, and I think General Moores just got killed. It does go in a little bit detail, but the first bit it's just him fighting the war. But when they come back into Spain for the second time, that's when I will go in a lot more detail, because I'm going to talk through each, and this is when he meets a few of his men, minus Lone Eagle, because he knows Lone Eagle from a young age, but you will know why. So the backstory does make a difference. If you don't care, then you don't need to watch it. But otherwise, that's it. So this is the whole point of the story. I hope, that's the whole point of the video. I hope you like it. But like always, please comment, subscribe, like. Many thanks. So the first person I'll show is Captain Daniel Phillipson. He moved 6, fight +2, shoot +1, armor 14, this one's just say will, but it's courage. Courage +2 and health 13, and he's got 105 recruitment points. So that is Captain Daniel Phillipson, my main officer. So when you make an officer, you have you can have speed +6, melee +1, accuracy +1, so shoot, defense 14, courage 2, health 12, and recruitment points 100. So when you're making them, you can either increase either the melee or accuracy by 1. I did his melee, so he's fight +1, so he's +2. Increase his speed or health. I chose health, so he's health 13, not 12. And then I increase his recruitment by 5, not courage. The reason why behind that, I chose recruitment points so I can have an extra man. This is his war gear. Polygon, fencing weapon, or long sword, I will call it in the story. And it's silver plated, or it's counts as a silver weapon, and he has a cartridge box. And you always need a cartridge box with anybody with a gun. If you don't, they can shoot the gun once, and that is it for the big ones. So the war gear, fencing weapons count as 1 equipped, range 9 because of close combat. You have a power dice and a skill dice. You roll both of these together, and you need to. So if I roll both together, I need to get more than 14 to hit a target. So I need 7 on both. One will be a different colour to rest, and I will say what they are. So officially it said my red dice is power and my blue dice is skill. So officially when I roll in, it's a skill dice to do damage. It's nothing special. The only thing is just a skill test instead of power dice. Nothing at all. Then like hand weapon, the heavy weapon, improve are all on power. Cartridge box only gives you to aim to reload, but volley gun is maybe the really one that we need to go through because it's quite long. So it's terrifying weapon. It can fire up to 5 musket balls, all directed to be fired at the same time. Due to this, the figure may shoot action to make shots up to 3 figures that are with one of the your common point, and check so on and so forth. When you're shooting, you -1 penalty from shooting the volley gun and gnaws armor. All guns gnaw armor, full stop. But it's bulky, so it counts up 2 equipment slots, and you only can have 1 volley gun. So here we go. The volley gun counts to only range 14, power dice, and also it does +1 to damage, -1 to shoot, and it can up to hit 3 targets at once in range of 1, and gnaws armor. But you can see no armor, no armor, no armor for shooting. So it's very devastating when it hits, but it's. So when Daniel shoots, he when you get +1, he will get +0 every time he shoots. Also, a lot of your officers or certain people can have special animation. Your officers can have 2, and I chose silver weapon. So this upgrade can hand weapon, heavy weapon, whatever does chance ability. The weapon list is of the weapon, so it counts as silver. So like werewolves or vampires take silver damage, but some will take like cold iron weapons, so on and so forth. Your officers can have 2. The reason why mine only got 1 because he gives his silver shot to someone else on purpose. So it's more to the backstory. Just give it something different. So he has 2, but he gave you silver shot, so that's why. And like all officers, they can have up to 2 special rules. They only can have officer special rules, so ones with O on it for officer. This is one of his. I've chosen Inspiring. All allies with 6 of line of sight of him get +1 the courage test if they need it. You can't stack it. Explain you can't stack him up or so on and so forth. The reason why I chose this because Daniel tries to inspire his men to move forward and be brave and so on and so forth, and he respects his men. His men respect him. And his other one is, don't let me pronounce that because I cannot. Indefeatable. Oh God. the figure may only give more than 1 fatigue tokens. I will explain the fatigue tokens when I get into the game. So you only get that in combat and other things, and you only can give. He will never have a second one. The reason why I gave him that, because he knows how to fight in combat. He's a young, fit, young officer. He's not an old man or older officer, so he can keep going, and that is the main reason why. Otherwise, that's it. That's Daniel, and so let's move on to the next. Hello there. My second command of my unit is Martin Harrison. He is a supernatural investigator. He is move 6, fight +2, shoot +1, armor 14, no will or courage, I will say. That really surprised me because some normal people, I say quite new, that are cheaper than him, get at least +1. He has +0, 12 health, and he's 22 recruitment points. I chose weapons, fencing weapon and 2 pistols. They can have a heavy weapon instead of fence weapon and 1 pistol. He has cold iron shot and cold iron weapon. So his fence weapons counts cold iron, and he's got cold iron shoot shots. He's got 2 special rules. He's got monster expert, and he's got I haven't written down. He's got fencing supernatural. The monster expert gets 1 extra monster dice. I will explain the dice later on, and he can have 2 special gears. That's why he's got 2, and that's what the supernatural veteran gives you, so you can have 2. I've made up a whole British company up called the Supernatural British Intelligence. This is what now Daniel is part of. These go off and sorts out all the supernatural being, what's going on, vampires, werewolves, and so on and so forth. This is why Martin's is with him. He's been part of the unit for at least 10 years. He knows about a lot more about supernatural being than Daniel does, and this is the part why he knows. I have made up a whole uniform color for these. They are going to be mostly black and blue. The reason why I thought it'd be different than the normal British color. A lot of the rest of the men do have the colors because they're just joined the uniform. Well, not joined into, but they have some difference in uniforms for certain reasons. You find out very soon. And that is really it for Martin. Daniel's third command, he would be Sergeant Roger Baker. He's a grenadier. He's move 6, +1 shoot, +1 fight, armor 14, +1 wheel, health 11, recruitment points 15. He has a musket, a carrier box, and that's it. And what I said, this is where our captain special thing. He gave him the silver bullet. He wants to give him something so he has more ability to do something than do nothing at all. Firstly, Roger Baker is just a normal grenadier sergeant. He's joined this unit for his Captain Phillipson to help him. Daniel trusts him with his life, and Sergeant Roger Baker does as well, and that's why he's come along, because they trust both each other. And they saw the truth together as well. Again, you'll find out about the history. Right, we have Private Darrow Mills. He's a rifleman, so he's 6 move, +1 fight, +2 shoot, because he's a rifleman. Armor 13, no courage, 10 health, and his recruitment 18. Firstly, he has a rifle. Rifles, the only difference is they don't go on power. They go on skill dice instead of power dice. He's got a cartridge box, and he's a holy symbol. The reason why Private Darrow Mills has got a holy symbol, he has a Bible. You see that on the back of his backpack, and I show that. He is a holy man, and he believes in God and everything like that. So he believes to scourge the evil way, and that's why he's joined the unit. Captain Phillipson thought a rifle would be handy, and Private Mills was earwigging, and you find that. But again, you find that into the story, Daniel's backstory, and that's why he has a holy symbol, because his Bible is holy. That's why he come along to, and Private Daniel Mills chose to, because he wants to get, well, I said, to get rid of the evil. So then you have Corporal Alan Dawson. Dawson is a sapper. He's moved 6, fight +1, shooting +1, armor 13, courage 0, health 10 health, and he's recruitment 12. He has a musket, a carry box, and a heavy weapon, oil and torch. And as a combat engineer. Combat engineers, that's his special role, because he's a sapper. That will benefit some special offense then and now. I gave him oil torch because I thought it'd be quite useful, makes more sense to have something like that, because he's an engineer. He's only one that more like carry stuff like that. And you see from the when I show the model, he has a lot of stuff on his backpack, and you can tell he's at least got something like that. These are the basic officers, nothing different. Sappers, and I said he's a corporal. He is part of Captain Phillipson's sapper unit. He came along and saw the unnatural super beings with Private Daniel Mills and Sergeant Roger. He's also a good friend of Sergeant Roger Baker as well. The captain and sergeant asked him to come along, and he chose to. So, next guy is Lone Eagle. He is a Native American. He has a hand weapon, a musket, and a carrying box. He counts as a nature scout. He's 18 recruitment points. He has 6 move, +1 shoot, +1 fight, armor 13, will +2. That's incredible. Health 12. Lone Eagle he's a proper Native American. You know about the background, why he's here in Europe fighting with Daniel. Officially, he is here as a scout and Daniel's bodyguard as well. He's there on orders by his father to keep an eye on him and protect him. Lone Eagle believes in every supernatural being, but he has no war gear that benefits against him at the moment. If he keeps surviving, he will be. And that is him. Last of all is Private Duncan Campbell. He's a Highlander. He's move 6, +2 fight, +1 shoot, armor 13, courage +1, 11 health, and recruitment 18. He's got a heavy weapon. He has a two-handed, beautiful, giant two-handed axe, a pistol, and his sword is a silver weapon. His two-handed axe counts as a silver weapon. Duncan was a sergeant. He got demoted because he punched his officer in the face because he was English. He hates English people, full stop. In this group, he only likes Lone Eagle because he's not English. You'll find out quite shortly how I will play their characters in the game. He is part of the British supernatural intelligence. He's been in there for a while, roughly about 8 years, a bit longer. But he refused to wear the uniform because they got nothing Scottish. So he's got his kilt still, and he refused to wear it, and that's why he's wearing the uniform that he's been given, because it's not, how he put it, not Scottish enough. But he's with them because he's on his last warning. He supposed to be hanged because he punched his officer in the face, but he was a good sergeant, and they gave him one more last chance to redo himself. If he unrespect his new officer or anything like that, he will be hanged by treason. But hopefully he won't. Time will tell. But Highlanders are built for more for combat than shooting. And that is all my unit, all done and sorted. Right, this is my Supernatural Investigator Martin Harrison. This model is from Front Rank. You also can tell very quickly it's not painted normal like a British officer. I have painted it in my own colours to make the Supernatural British Intelligence. They have a black top and blue trousers. I want to do stuff like that to make them standard, have their own uniform, so on and so forth. This also model has been converted a little bit because this is supposed to be a British officer that's holding a standard bearer. I've cut his right hand off to hold a scroll or map or something different, and you can see the little white pouch that's coming around. That I put some green stuff to make a pistol in there, and really that's it. I really like this model. It came out well. I do enjoy the model, and that's it. This is Sergeant Roger Baker, my Grenadier. This also is a front rank model. I have not done nothing to it. This is how it comes. I wanted something to make it a bit different. So this model is just biting a powder or stuff like that to reload his gun. I enjoy painting this model very much. It was well detailed, and I've tried to get exactly to a Grenadier uniform quite possible. He's even got his rank on his side, and so on and so forth. The only difference is his trousers is slightly different, because he will be follow my company's colours, and all my trousers like that will be like that for this company. But otherwise, that's it for him. This is Private Daniel Mills, my 95th Rifleman. This model is from Wargear Atlantics. All of it is that set, the little black book at the back I'm pointing out now. That is from Frostgrave, I think the Witter set, and because he's carrying his Bible, and that is just pointing that out. This model, like I said, from Wargear Atlantics, it's a fantastic plastic set, and I recommend if you're anything from 95th Basic, do buy that set. It's fantastic. It's got lovely sets in it. Nothing really different from it, and I paint it a normal colour from the 95th rifles, and that's it. This is Corporal Alan Dawson, my sapper. Right, this is one of my most comforting model. It is from Bits and Bobs. The main body, and I would say the arms and the gun, is from a plastic set I bought, and I completely forgot what it's called. The head and the axe and the sword in the back and some other bits and bobs are from the Frostgrave set, and he's got a little set from Warhammer muskets. From the musket set, that's what the little cartons at the bottom. The head's also from the Frostgrave Wizard set as well. The apron is green stuff because they always have apron, so I chose that. So this model's got bits and bobs. I painted trying to find a sapper uniform, and it was so hard, and I made this. I'm really happy it came out. I think I've done really well. Right, this is Lone Eagle, my native scout. The model is from North Star. I think the set is from like the Tommy Hawk group. I can't 100%. It comes with a blister pack of 6 other ones, and I chose this one because I think this is the best. I really like this model. I enjoyed painting it, and I'm so happy it came out. I even put proper war paint on it, on his face, and that I think that one means veteran warrior. So I did put my research into painting him and get this everything quite exactly to historical accuracy. This is one of my best paint model. I'm really happy how well I did it, and I do like the North Star model. Some of them really good, and that's it. Right, this is Private Duncan Campbell, my Highlander. This model is from Front Rank as well. I have converted this model as well. I've cut off his left hand and put the great axe instead. Instead of a claymore, I went with the axe instead. The reason why, I wanted him to look different, and this axe just looks so menacing, and it's big and nasty, and he means business, and that's the whole point. You can see by the kilt, that took me the 4th attempt was this. It was so hard to do it, but I'm very happy at the end. So I, again, tried to make this historical accuracy to the of the painting, and it came out fantastically, and I love this model. And finally, this is Captain Daniel Phillipson. This model is from North Star, the Silver Bayonet set from the French group. This is supposed to be a French captain or officer, but I made it into British. I have converted this model a bit. I have chopped off his arm that's holding his follow gun. That was our sword. The follow gun is from War Gear Atlantis plastic set from the 95th Rifles, but you can see I've glued it onto him. I didn't want an earwig, so that's the reason why. You can tell when you zoom in, you can see the different barrels turning around. Also, the sword is from the Frostgrave, one of the plastic sets, and I also put a feather and little blobs at the end of the hat to make it more English. I just painted the normal British officer colours, and I'm really happy how this come round. He does make the part, and he does stand out quite well. So I tried to make him quite historical accuracy as much as possible. I'm really happy with all the models I've done, and I hope you enjoy this. Many thanks.